Prisons are filled with people convicted of high-risk, low-reward crimes, meaning they did something for a small amount of money out of desperation and now have to deal with a massive consequence. But what about the people who truly made it to the big leagues with their illegal hustle, from mafia members to fraudsters earning upwards of $10,000 per day? In this video, we're going to investigate stories of $1 million dark web hustles, starting from an individual who never got caught. But first, we gotta enter the dark web for ourselves. It's literally always a confusing place on here, from websites selling all types of drugs, guns, to stolen passports or counterfeit money. But in recent years, the government has been cracking down on dark web sellers.
Nearly 300 people were arrested worldwide after a crackdown on drug trafficking.
It is reportedly the largest international operation in history against dark web trafficking of drugs across the United States of America, Europe, and South America.
Law enforcement was able to seize $53.4 million in cash, 850 kilograms of drugs, 117 firearms, and arrest people across 3 different continents. And on top of that, many more dark web marketplaces are shutting down, getting caught by the feds, or stealing their customers' crypto wallets. So to begin this video, we're gonna talk with a dark web expert and cyber criminal who's been around the industry since the beginning. Today, I'm here with a dark web user who's been involved in the industry since the original Silk Road. What was the dark web like back then?
Now, the dark web is full of scammers and people trying to rip you off. Back then, you could get cunts killed, you could get guns, you could get all sorts of drugs.
This anonymous individual reached out to me from a now deleted Instagram account after seeing a previous fraud video on my channel. And we've been communicating for weeks for him to tell the story of how he made over $5 million from different online fraud methods and never got caught. But it all started from his origins as an addict.
I got kicked out of home and I started using drugs, namely methamphetamine, and I wanted to make money. My drug dealer at the time challenged me to learn how to do carding. I picked up a few guides from the dark web. A lot of them were pretty useless. Half of them gave me a little bit more idea.
But eventually, he figured out the process for carding by going to a Russian dark web site and purchasing people's credit card information.
I was a member on this private invitation-only Russian website, and they can do whatever the fuck they want over there. Hacking's legal, all that sort of stuff. So the website was up for about 15 years or so.
Are you essentially, with carding, buying people's credit card information off the dark web and then using it and spending money on random websites?
Spending money on specific websites. They're called cardable websites. There's different cardable websites depending on where you live. There's a handful of large electronic shops around here, which I would sit in a hotel room. Then I would make a whole bunch of orders, and then I'd run around with fake IDs, because I also made fake IDs, and go click and collect the orders. Yeah, just start slapping them for $5,000 TVs and all this sort of stuff. I'd be in the hotel room, and the hotel room in the corner would just be like fucking TVs, laptops, iPhones, just stacks of fucking phones and shit. And I just put it on the local seller pages, you know, for real cheap. And people would meet up with me within 2 hours was the longest that I had to wait to sell some of the shit I was buying.
With this method, once you kind of got everything down, how much money were you making per day?
I was making probably about $5,000. I was living a bit hard though as well. Like I'd make $5,000 in a day, but I'd spend like $1,000 on drugs, $3,000 on whores for the boys, and then we'd be staying in a penthouse. I'd have like $200 by the end of the night.
With a lifestyle like this, it's no wonder he blew $5 million over the course of his career. But before we get into more stories of making up to $10,000 per day, almost getting caught by the feds, and going undercover ourselves at the police station, our sponsor BetterHelp is an amazing service available to anyone looking to improve their mental health. It's a great place to get unbiased advice from a licensed therapist from the comfort of your own home, either through messaging, video chat, or phone calls. Whatever makes you feel the most comfortable. When you first sign up for BetterHelp, they ask you a few questions, and usually within 48 hours, you get matched with a personalized therapist for your needs, who has years of experience helping people with struggles like yours. Starting therapy can be overwhelming, so BetterHelp aims to make the process as easy as possible by allowing you to do it from the comfort of your own home on your phone or laptop, and also making things as affordable as possible, since sometimes therapy can get expensive. And if you need to switch therapists for any reason, BetterHelp allows you to do so at no cost or worry, and you can pick from the over 30,000 therapists they have available. So join the over 4 million people who use BetterHelp and get 10% off your first month of therapy by going to the top link down below in the description, or go to betterhelp.com/financialwolf. That's betterhelp.com/financialwolf. Get that mental health on point, baby.
But with that out of the way, let's hop back on call with the scammer and witness him live in action.
Did you just spend $1,000 on someone's card?
Allegedly.
This is where things are gonna get kind of sketchy.
be?
So this is the site where you can buy whatever you want. Who wants to give me the card today?
What kind of cards are you trying to find right now?
I'm trying to find cards that are within the range of the IP addresses that I have purchased here. All of the IP addresses are located there.
This is what allows fraudsters to almost fully hide their identity when browsing the internet. He then purchased someone's card information off this illegal website.
So it's $30.
And if it works out, what would the return be?
$1 grand, 10 grand. Hey, got it. There it is. Have a look at that. That's what I buy.
And what's the reason for going for debit cards versus credit cards?
Credit cards, that's the bank's money, so they've got a lot of security around that. Debit cards, not the bank's money, so they don't really give a fuck.
And then he began shopping.
Going to this technology website here, they sell like computers, TVs, phones, all that sort of shit. I'm just going to try for a phone. Well, it's got to be under $1,000 for the first purchase, so I'm just going to look at generic Android phones.
Do you have any use for a new phone, or is this something you're going to sell?
I'm selling for sure, 100% selling.
Now, for obvious reasons, we can't go too much into detail on the next part of what was done, but let's just say after entering in the credit card information, did you just spend $1,000 on someone's card?
Allegedly.
Do you feel bad at all?
Not really, no, because I know they get it back.
The bank just gives them the money back?
Yeah.
But this isn't always true. In an instance of debit card fraud, you have to contact your bank and they undergo an investigation which can take up to 30 days to resolve. This could be a massive pain to everyday people.
Look, to be honest, I try not to think about it too much.
But it didn't seem to bother him too much since he quickly tried buying more phones.
Hello. Blue. Here we go, another phone in the box. Try and buy another phone.
Are you gonna donate to...
Yes, I will. Yes, I will.
That's really kind of you. And that payment got declined. So did you just empty her bank?
I think so. Yeah, I'd say so.
And unfortunately, this type of fraud is on the rise.
The numbers in this kind of fraud are staggering. $28.6 billion stolen worldwide. About $11 billion of it right here at home in the USA.
Turning $30 into $2,000 is just too appealing for dark web scammers, but the effect on everyday people is devastating.
It irritates me that somebody's just trying to get the easy way out and stealing from people.
Somebody always pays. So does the cost of doing business get passed on to me eventually?
Oh, definitely. Passed on to all of us with annual fees, higher interest rates.
Last year in the United States, there were over 423,000 cases of card fraud, with total nationwide fraud losses of over $10 billion. So today, we're at my local mall to ask people if they've ever been scammed. Have you ever been scammed?
Somebody used my credit card to buy like a bunch of medical supplies. I spent like $2,000 in like Tennessee.
And did you get the money back?
Yeah, I got the money back. It took maybe like a week or so.
Yes, I got scammed for 2 M's before.
2 million?
2 million.
How did that happen?
I don't even know. Like, it was in my account, then it disappeared.
I don't believe that, bro. Comment down below if you guys actually think he had $2 million. I'm kind of thinking he was capping. Have you ever been scammed before?
No, I ain't ever been scammed before.
Have you ever scammed somebody?
Yeah, actually, I scammed Apple before. I had ordered these dummy iPhones off of Amazon, right? I bought a real iPhone and I returned it. But when they went away, I swapped it out for the demo iPhone. And then, I got my money back and a real iPhone before I got caught.
You got caught? What happened?
Shit, I was in the mall. The police had came up to me. They was like, "Is this you?" I'm like, "Yeah."
And after speaking with some everyday people, we're gonna try and interview some officers at the police station. Wish us luck, guys. Unfortunately, the microphone wasn't recording, but the police station declined to comment. Which got me thinking, has the dark web scammer we spoke with ever had a close call with the police? Well, I decided to ask him. Do you see law enforcement ever being able to stop cyber criminals?
No, just plain N-O. They're trying to catch something which is just out of their grasp. And the reason they will never catch us is because we're always thinking 10 steps in front and they're pursuing those people.
Crazy enough, only about 1% of credit card fraud is ever caught.
So if you stop thinking in front, they'll get you. But if you keep evolving, keep changing your methods as the security evolves, which I've always had to do. Back in the day, every 6 months, I noticed my whole operation would be changed.
Criminals keep adapting and making it harder for law enforcement to catch up. But even with a 1% risk, if you do it enough, you'll eventually get caught. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Peace out.